Being a celebrity isn't all what it's cracked up to be. Sure, they live lives we can only dream of, but with that comes people starting false rumors and prying into your personal life. Someone who knows all about that is Harry Styles. With that being said, here are 11 of the weirdest rumors created about our favorite One Direction cutie. There's no doubt in my mind that Harry is an actual gentleman in real life, but I'm pretty sure it's crazy rumors like these that make people who don't know Hair Bear as well as Directioners do think he's a ladies' man. According to an outlet called The Daily Star, many eons ago, like 2 years ago, they reported that Harry reportedly learned how to fly helicopters to impress his future girlfriends. A source told the British tabloid, quote, "He can't think of anything cooler than being a helicopter pilot, so he booked himself a block of lessons through a company just outside of Los Angeles." As if being a huge pop star isn't cool enough for Mr. Styles. But that rumor was ultimately debunked by Gossip Cop's own insider. It only gets weirder from here on out, guys. You've been warned. This next one paints our perfect little Harry in a much more aggressive light. Apparently in 2012 at the Men in Black 3 premiere in New York, the singer reportedly punched a member of the paparazzi in the face. Yikes. Thankfully, none of that was true because J14 caught up with the 1D cutie and Harry told the magazine that he definitely didn't punch anyone. Well, I believe it because I cannot imagine Harry punching anyone in the face. Can you guys? Now, seeing as how almost every celebrity has had this rumor spread like wildfire about them, this one is pretty common. Apparently back in 2014, Harry was the victim of an internet death hoax. That's right. There's nothing worse as a teenage girl than hearing your favorite boy band member died in a freak car accident. According to an outlet by the name of Global Associated News, their report read, quote, "Harry Styles died in a single vehicle crash on Route 80 between Morristown and Roswell. He was pronounced dead at the scene by paramedics responding to the vehicle accident and was identified by photo ID found on his body. Alcohol and drugs did not appear to have been a factor in this accident." Cue the loud fangirl sobs. It sounds so official, doesn't it? It actually got quite a few fangirls to tweet about the news and wondering if it's true, but that darn website fooled us all. At the very end of the story, there was a note that reads, "Fake. This story is 100% fake," along with a bunch of other words about how everything on their site is a work of fiction for entertainment purposes. Well, that was a cruel joke to publish, and whoever pitched that story should be ashamed of themselves. The same could be said for whoever assumed that Kendall was talking about Harry when she told Kylie in an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians that an unknown male friend of hers needed to shower more and that a little deodorant never hurts. While Kendall never actually revealed who she was talking about in that episode, many speculated that the model was talking about Harry, and thus the Harry Styles is smelly rumor was born. Thankfully, a rep for the 1D guys stopped that little piece of gossip in its tracks by saying, quote, "Harry wasn't mentioned at all in the Kardashian finale last night. He hasn't been mentioned on her show at all this season." Well, there you have it. I think it's just safe to assume that Harry smells like sweet flowers, sunshine, and rainbows, right? And speaking of rainbows, this next one will probably throw you into a fit of rage because someone started a rumor that Harry's sexual preferences broke up the band. Apparently, after the singer jokingly posted a comment about wanting to sit on Niall's face because Niall posted a tongue-wagging selfie on Instagram, some crazy person started a rumor that Harry's sexuality started to become uncomfortable for little Niall and it made the Irish cutie leave the band. Obviously, that rumor was completely untrue because Niall never left the band, so it was pretty ridiculous one to come up with. After doing a lot of research, I've come to the conclusion that a majority of the weirdest rumors about Harry always involve his sexuality or him being in a relationship with someone. Earlier this year, or early 2016 if you're watching this in the future, Harry was spotted hanging out and getting super cozy with his former ladylove Kendall Jenner while being on vacation. The captured snapshots of the duo definitely made it look like they're enjoying their time together, but shortly after those pictures were published, someone started a rumor that Harry and Kendall only got together because Harry had agreed to act as Kenny's beard because she's supposedly a lesbian. Sounds like someone just doesn't like the thought of Kendall being together. So let's take a break from all those weird relationship and beard rumors and move on to something that's a little less weird. I mean, it's still a little weird, but less weird and intense as the other ones we just talked about. So aside from their homeland, many fans know that the guys of 1D spend quite some time in Los Angeles maybe with the exception of Niall, since it never seems like he's in LA for a really long period of time. Anyway, there was a little rumor back in 2014 that Hazza purchased a giant home in Los Angeles, not because he wanted to live in LA per se, but because he wanted a place with a bedroom big enough to fit a mattress that fits himself, Louis, Niall, Liam, and Zayn on there. Can you say major sleepover party? We can. Well, that sounds like a fantasy only a directioner can think of. That's all it was. Yes, Harry bought a house in Southern California, but no one has confirmed if Harry's purchase was for him and the rest of the boys. Guess that was nothing but a wild dream. Although that last rumor made it sound like the guys are all great friends, this other one suggests that two of our favorite 1D members aren't as close as you all thought they were. According to a report published by The Sun, a source told the UK newspaper that Harry and Louis have been feuding all these years. Kind of weird since it doesn't look like it. The source claims that the two had a falling out, and even though they didn't give their band members all the deets, it is said to be very serious and their friendship never recovered. Everyone involved in the band is well aware of the animosity between them. Funny how it's just people involved in the band, aka the band members, who knew about this and no one else? You would think that eventually it would become so bad that everyone in the world would notice, right? Anyway, that rumor was definitely squashed when Louis and Harry gave each other a big hug during the One Direction's last On the Road Again show in Sheffield. Like, seriously, watch this and let me know if that looks like something two people who hate each other would do. Yep, I didn't think so. And speaking of Louis and Harry, that leads us to the next one, Larry. Now, I'm not saying that the rumor of Louis and Harry possibly dating together is a weird thing. Love is love, y'all. The weird thing about it is that it's been going on for the longest time, even though the guys and their bandmates have constantly denied any relationship between Harry and Louis. I mean, can't two guys who care about each other just be friends and have a bromance? I'm sure all of the previous rumors I mentioned earlier in the video probably made you raise an eyebrow or two and even go, what, out loud, but this next one probably has to take the cake for being the weirdest. Apparently, not too long ago, some Beverly Hills dermatologist claimed that Harry goes into her practice to get sheep placenta facials, quote unquote, all the time, and before the singer even responded to it, I feel like a few people probably went out and got a sheep placenta facial because Harry Styles got one. Anyway, it wasn't too long until Harry was confronted by Ryan Seacrest about the weird beauty rumor, and Harry responded by denying even doing that. Bet all you sheep placenta facial peeps out there are disappointed now, right? The One Direction singer said in his interview with Ryan, quote, "See, this is very strange because that never happened. I think my sister sent me the story and was like, what are you doing? I think I just do a pretty standard, yeah, I wash my face, but I don't use any part of a sheep. I don't think. No sheep." Well, there you have it. No sheep placenta infused facials for Harry Styles. And if you think you've heard it all after that one, think again. According to the National Examiner, the President of the United States had an affair with Harry Styles. Yeah, totes ridiculous and definitely untrue because President Obama is still happily married to Michelle Obama, and Harry is just living life wherever he is without the responsibilities of being the first lady or first man of the United States. So, now that you've sat through this and listened to a good majority of the weird rumors about Harry, were there any that we didn't cover? Be sure to let us know in the comment section below this video. When you're done with that, click right over here for some of the craziest One Direction fan theories, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for hanging out with me right here on Listed. I'm Misty Kingma.
But wait, click over to the left to see the first ever episode of Beauty Trippin', or click over to the right for fast food secret menu items with Tyler Oakley.